Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from the Superdome. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Now a first down throw, Cunningham. Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick.
Well, it certainly felt like he was going to challenge this defense no matter what, and he stepped up and tried to throw it to the outermost edge of the zone coverage, and they were more than ready for him. The problem now is if they are limited in what they're doing throwing the football, they got to figure out how to move it without being able to throw it to the outside and throw it downfield.
Well, they run with Henry on first down, but nothing much materializing as he'll get forward only for about a yard.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. This now a 3rd and 4. Now here's Mahomes. Oh, his first throw of the season is intercepted. Picked up by Pete Werner. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Out of the gun here, it's Cunningham. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. And there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
60 Mavericks. Three.
Cunningham to throw. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Olave, 36 yards. And the Saints use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Boy, just zero hesitation from the rookie passer there, partner. He is coming out firing in this opening quarter.
And all the talk leading into this game was that pass rush, talking about challenging this guy, getting into his grill, getting into his space. And how about him? Might be his first year in the NFL, but I don't see any fear in him at all. How about that big-time throw right out of the gate?
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team owns it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back.
And that's caught inside the 35. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A big play there for KC. 58 yards.
It's got to feel good to hit on one of these in the first quarter of a brand new season. They're hoping this duo can really make some noise this year. And this is a great start. A big play here early in the ball game.
Go, baby.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
43.
After the penalty, it's Henry. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a 5-yard pickup, so essentially they get the penalty yardage back, and it's back to 2nd and 10. Again, it's Henry. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And it'll be intercepted. And the Saints will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Ready.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but eventually they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2. In motion right, Olave. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
43.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Colin Saunders breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they've got it with a third down coming up. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Mahomes now on first down. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Henry again on second down. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Yeah, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on fourth down. Mahomes takes it himself. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And just like that, it's third down. A nice throw right there. And these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. And I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you.
Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Saints go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces to see the present, making plays, and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And bulldozing his way through. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in his first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Mahomes to throw on second down. This is Hamilton. He's got it. Touchdown. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Chiefs are back within a score. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
Let's go now.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans
Check
offense.
mash.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning.
Dragon 60.
Cunningham. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14. Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense.
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this will be taken at the 13. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll try the right side with Henry. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Third down at 13. Now Patrick going to change the play. This one caught by Isabella. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 4th down, so Kansas City sends out Tommy Townsend. This is taken at the 18. 54-yard punt, 14 on the return, nets him 40. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. Downfield, and he's got Olave. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Okay, break. Seven Pirates.
On 1st and 10, Cunningham. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Cunningham. He completes it to Olave. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It's a pickup of 17 there. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Cunningham looking to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a 1st down. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with Mahomes under center, anything's possible. Watch out for the deep ball. Final shot before the half for Mahomes. This ball deep for Tony. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now alongside Charles Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 3rd and 4 now.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Mahomes going to throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints. And now a pause as they tend to an injured player. And boy, that, you got to hope this is minor. That's Patrick Mahomes, who's in some discomfort out there. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this week 1 contest. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. In motion right is Thomas. And they'll fake the jet sweep there and instead hand to Kamara. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
The Cunningham's throw caught by Olave. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They run off tackle right with Kamara. 41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
2nd down and 3.
Check, Bobcat, check, Bobcat. Traveler.
Off play action, it's Cunningham. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead. And thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
He lets it go deep for Olave. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that. But only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
They go play fake. Mahomes. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Brian Brzee in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. From midfield, here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Airing it out for Hamilton. And he's got it inside the 10. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great effort there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Chiefs have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead will shrink to 6. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. The run there on 1st down, going to get them 5 up to the 30.
That's a really good game right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Now Cunningham. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, old momentum, He's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Now 2nd and 9. Running left, it's Henry. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard. They trail as we start quarter number 4. The Chiefs on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Mahomes now to throw. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. Airing it out for Hamilton. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. And the Chiefs are going to get him. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Cunningham to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. We're holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Hey, check that. Streak.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Olave over the middle. And he's got this down to the 35. On first down, it's Cunningham. That's Olave bringing in another one. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down.
Panther streak.
Here's Cunningham. Over the middle, complete. It's Johnson. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. And it's caught. Touchdown, Saints. Juwan Johnson from 6 yards away. And the Saints are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Charles, that's a pretty good response from a rookie quarterback. He's had his struggles in this game, including the interception on the last drive, but there he takes him down the field and puts it in the end zone.
I agree with everything you just said right there, and there's a silver lining to all of this, his resiliency. Because let's face it, when things are going bad and you're a youngster, they often continue to go bad. But in his mind and his actions, he said, this stops right here. And how about the positive play he just turned in?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, and if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. On second down, here's Mahomes. Airing it out for Hamilton. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got them this league. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
15.
Now Mahomes. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Mahomes to throw once more. They set up the screen for Henry. He's got room at the 30. And finally wrestled down at the 11.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Here's Mahomes. He's got Derrick Henry again, back-to-back catches. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators.
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Butker on for the PAT. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll conserve whatever time he can as they'll opt to bring it out to the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
To imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe to get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. How about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the 4th quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And he returns this to the 22. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Mahomes to throw it. Finding Kelsey. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Here's 1st down. Mahomes. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Go, champ, go, champ.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Out of the gun here, it's Cunningham. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback because that was awfully close.
Now they'll change things up.
Sixty Bison, 60 Bison.
Cunningham tosses quickly out wide. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. A play fake. Now Cunningham. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. This is 1st and 10. Mahomes. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. One final try for Mahomes. In trouble, and he's taken down. Demario Davis